Hello people, it's Landon here, and drama in the house. I'm back to 5 housemates living here, and we now have more drivers. So only one housemate doesn't drive. Basically there's me with my 2 vehicles in the garage. And then we got the 2 spaces out in the front, and basically like I have the housemates park on the extreme sides of the driveway, so that way I can still fit in the middle. And that still leaves 2 other people that have to like park on the street. Well, it turns out one of the new housemates, he has 2 vehicles. It sounds like it's a temporary thing because he got a new vehicle, but to make things more interesting, we had a major snowfall. The 2 spots were full on the driveway. Also, 2 vehicles were parked on the street. This housemate, who's been here for a while, came home from work and was just fuming because of the snow on the side of the roads and so forth. His parking was limited as to where he could park. So he parked in front of a neighbor's house. The neighbor said, like, we prefer that you don't park here because we're leaving this spot for a babysitter. And he flipped out. He didn't flip out at the neighbor. He came into the house and slamming doors and whatever. I can tell he was upset. Basically, he said he couldn't park, and I'm like, dude, like, you can park right there. There's, like, that spot's free. Like, the neighbor actually snowblowed it for us. And he's, like, the kind of guy that, to him, there's, like, there's the one correct solution, and the one correct solution is that I should be able to park here instead. So it was kind of like this crazy thing, and I ended up leaving the house because I'm like, okay, they're adults, they're not children, they'll figure it out. So I left the house and then came back at like 2 in the morning, and the parking was actually worse. The one guy was like blocking neighbor's driveway, and then another guy ended up parking in the same neighbor, like front space that she's reserving for their babysitter. But I didn't say anything. Like, I texted them that night, but I wasn't gonna like wake them up and make them move. Like, I'm like, okay, just make sure that your vehicles are like arranged properly by the time the neighbor goes to work, which they did, thankfully. Anyway, so I thought, okay, so everything's all solved and whatnot, and then the housemate that had the issue yesterday came here for lunch, and he's like, yeah, this is bull crap, I can't park there, this is ridiculous, I just want to pay you like $100 a month so I can have that space on the driveway, because it's like, you know, he feels that it should be his. I call it master bedroom complex. Whoever rents out the master bedroom, they tend to feel that because they pay more rent than other housemates, obviously, they get the ensuite and the big-ass room, they feel that they have more entitlement, and I don't allow that. The only seniority that you need to worry about is mine. I treat everybody the same. I don't care if you've been here for 2 years or 2 weeks, everybody gets treated the same. I'm not gonna give preference and say, oh, you know, you can pay money for the spot, but you can't, right? Like, it's just, it makes no sense. And it's just something I won't do. So he's really upset by this. He feels that it's a landlord issue, and I'm like, no, it's not. Like, I mean, you wouldn't expect, you know, an apartment block to police the on-street parking in front of it. I mean, it can police, like, its own parking and make its own standard as to, like, who can park there. But I'm not going to police, like, who can park on the street. That's ridiculous. So that's kind of the issue. This housemate, he's been here for a while. You know, to the point where I'm, like, kind of wondering, you know, maybe it's time for him to leave, right? Like, I'm kind of surprised that he's, like, lived here as long as he has. So I'm kind of like, you know, if it's really this crazy that you want to leave the house because of, like, on-street parking, which we have plenty of, like, just use your legs. You know, let's say we can't park in front of anybody's house because it's just not neighborly. It's 4 doors away, there's Truesdale Drive right there, and, like, just park there. Like, right now it's difficult because it's full of snow and so forth, but this housemate has 4-wheel drive, and just, like, get yourself on there, right? So that's the situation. I'm sure it'll just work out some way or another. I'll keep you posted about it. And yeah, that's what's going on. So just wanted to give you a quick update. Hope you guys are doing okay, and wish me luck. We'll see what happens with the household.